Hi, everybody, and welcome to Take Your Medicine. I am Tobi Blake, and this is my co host, the tree. I'm dyslexic. I can't figure out which way to put my hand. Hi, tree. Thank you for being with us today. I can't stop looking at how beautiful this tree in my window is. It's nice to have it in my view as I'm looking at the camera. Um, Today is episode 71 of Take Your Medicine, and I wanted to talk a little bit about another part of the experience I had during my journey on last Monday. It was a really cool experience, and it has left me feeling just new levels of open and joyful and harmony and peace in my body. And so it's something that I want to share because I hope it can bring you more harmony and peace in your body and help you feel open. And I think that because to feel open to the world feels unsafe, at least it did for me, it's a real process to really open your heart and open up and be your fullest expression out in the world, because it's scary and we're all afraid of rejection and all of the other things. And so Jesus Kate has had me say the word open probably thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of times, because we have had so many journeys together, and she has performed many, 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 many procedures on me. And while she does, she has my mouth saying open, open, open over and over and over again. And this has been years now where I lay there and these procedures feel torturous, and they are extremely healing, but they're very high frequency, high vibration procedures. So it just feels awful moving through your body. And so she'll distract me, um, and she'll have me go on like little cosmic journeys while she's doing these procedures, just to kind of distract me and get my mind out of it. And then another thing that she does, which I think literally has trained my brain to be open, but she said open, open, open so many times. And um the first moment that I got to see Thomas in my last journey, the way he entered the room, he Jesus Kate had been performing procedures on me, and Jesus Kate tells me that she prepares me to be with Thomas. And so I usually don't see Thomas for a few hours into my session. And the way he entered, he said, open, open. And if you know Thomas, you can imagine his voice saying open, open, with like almost like he's like affectionately making fun of Jesus Kate as he's walking into the room and going in for a big hug to me. And there were like angel music playing in the background as Thomas enters, saying open, open, making fun of Jesus Kate in the most loving way. And it was so sweet and so beautiful. And he gave me the best hug. Thomas's hugs on this side in his physical body are the best hugs ever. And anyone who has hugged Thomas knows that. And his hugs on the other side, it's like every cell of my body is being hugged by Thomas with all of his light and love and joy and music and smile and art and humor, and every aspect of Thomas is hugging me when he gives hugs. And during this journey, he showed me hugging every single person in our family individually. And it was the most beautiful thing to witness. And after he entered saying open, he proceeded to do a lot of work on my physical body, which, you know, he's even more torturous than Jesus, Kate. He's more intense. And it's amazing. It's the best, most glorious, magnificent torture I could ever imagine. I love it so much. I could never complain. Although in the beginning with Jesus, Kate, I did complain a lot, and she would say, "You want me to stop?" You know, she's like, "Stop complaining. We label things as negative or uncomfortable, but this is beautiful work and we need to open." So Thomas proceeded to have me say open about 1,000 times, probably, as he continued to work on my body for the next couple of hours. And then we sat in meditation, and he taught me so many things. And a lot of what he taught me was about letting go, and about how resistance is a choice. And he really taught me about being open in every moment of every hour of every day. And what does that mean to be open? um and it comes in layers. Opening, for me, this has been 5 years of learning to open. I used to be so closed. I used to wear sunglasses indoors when all of this first started happening, because I was just so in the dark. I was, oh my God, when all of this stuff really starts to open and all of your wounds are out and raw and exposed, it's brutal. It's a brutal path, the healing path. um but I kept going back again and again, and it gets easier and easier and easier now. And I'm so thankful for the support of AJ, who has held me literally in his arms as I have cried and wailed and writhed and, you know, just wept from the depths of my being through all of the work that these incredible beings have done for me and on me. And to be open now in my life, you know, means to, in every moment, breathe into my belly, to notice my body, to notice if there's any tension in my body, to smile, to find gratitude, to tune into the subtle layers of energy, to tune into the trees, to tune into the wind on my face, to be fully present. We cannot be open if we are thinking of the past or of the future. And so to be open is really to be connected to our higher self. It's to be connected to the more advanced layers of our being, that the noise and chaos, if we're stuck in the monkey mind, all of those things close us or distract us. It's the same thing, because everything is frequency. And so we have to be in balance and aligned and present and open and tuned into the frequency of our surroundings here and now, and not tuned into the frequency of the past or the future. And I I had a life coaching client last night. It was really interesting. I was talking about manifesting, and she said she's not comfortable manifesting because she doesn't want to, like, control or manipulate the outcome, because God knows what's best, and God is the creator and he knows what's best. And I thought, man, this mentality can weaken us. When we separate ourselves from the creator, we weaken ourselves because we cannot separate ourselves from everything that is. We are the creator and the creation. And it is so beautiful to really acknowledge how magnificent and glorious it is to simply be in this creation and of this creation and to be this creation. And to realize, and I told my client, I said, I want you to realize that whether you want to or not, at every moment of every day, you are manifesting. And so when we are powerful creators, we are always creating. We are always creating with our thoughts, with our body language, with our energy. And so we might as well put some intention into that and create whatever it is that our heart desires, because our heart is our divinity. Our heart's passion is not evil, it's not bad, it's not greedy. It's what we came here to enjoy and play in. What our passions are and our desires are truly our purpose, in my opinion, in Jesus Kate's opinion. So I don't know, I go off on tangents, but Jesus, Kate, and Thomas really helped me to feel more comfortable in my body. They showed me that from the womb, I have not fully felt safe in my nervous system, that I have been dysregulated from the womb, and that I've never fully felt safe in my body or my home. And that's nobody's fault. That's not my parents' fault. It's nobody's fault. Nobody feels safe fully. This is a highly dysregulating existence. This is a very noisy, chaotic, dysregulating, dense existence. And it's meant to be that way. And there's tons of purpose to that. And whatever you decide the purpose to that is the purpose of it. And that's the beauty of it. But what was I saying? Oh, because it is so noisy and chaotic and dysregulating, we have to truly find our power and train ourselves and convince and attune ourselves to safety. And so Jesus, Kate, had me tapping my body and saying, I am in this body. I am safe in this body. I am in this body. I am safe in this body. Tapping my legs, my feet, everything, tapping, because Jesus, Kate, shows me, like, it's such a miracle. It's like whenever I'm with Jesus, Kate, it feels like such a surprise, such a crazy miracle that I am in this body. And I've never felt comfortable in this body. I have always been dysregulated in this body. And so this is the safest, most comfortable, strongest, healthiest I have ever felt in my life, in this body. And it feels so good. And the procedures these beings do help that. And they teach me so much. I'm so grateful. And it helps me realize, it really helped me understand that nobody feels safe in the body, and that is part of the work that I can do, is to help people understand that they need to slow down and tune in to their body, and to recognize and work with their nervous system, and to start to activate the parasympathetic nervous system more and more. To heal the nervous system is to heal your life, is to heal your trauma. It truly is that easy and connected. Not easy, but connected. So anyway, what else did I want to talk about? That life coaching client also mentioned that these pesky low vibration entities are attaching themselves to her. And she says they want to take her energy from her. And she says she thinks it's rude, and they come without asking. And she told me a few stories about how they showed up in her house. One was in her bed recently and wanted to attach itself to her to take her energy. And I just thought that was so interesting. It's just not something I have ever experienced. I have only experienced high vibration beings of light who come to teach me and heal my family. And so I don't relate to that, but what really came through for me to talk to her about is strengthening her energy field, because her frequency is allowing in low vibrational entities. And I feel that my force field, my energy field, my auric field is strong and bright with the work that I have done. And it's wide. It has a bigger span than it had, and it helps me feel safe in my life. And no low vibration energy can resonate with high vibration energy. It's just like radio frequency. It's like if you're tuned to one station, you're not tuned to the other station. Or, I mean, it really has to do with frequency. So we talked about really strengthening her root chakra, and how do we do that, and building confidence and mirror work, and you know talking about several times a day breathing into her root chakra, breathing light and strength into her root chakra, and helping her understand that she is safe in her body, she is safe in her home, and then using mantras and even visualizations. We talked about this mirror visualization where she imagines a mirror surrounding her, reflecting back any negative energy, transmuting and reflecting. But it really comes down to feeling confident and loving and accepting yourself, and really practicing that in your body language, smiling and practicing the body language of confidence in your life. At your job, put back your shoulders, lift your chin, smile more, give a firmer handshake. Don't stand or sit with your arms folded. These things are all things that will lower and weaken your auric field. You want to, embody strength and confidence, and your auric field will resemble or reflect that. And what enters your field will resemble and reflect that as well. I'm very grateful that I don't have any experiences with low vibration entities. I don't doubt that they exist, because there are many, many, countless dimensions, literally countless, because they're constantly generating. And so of course there is that, but with intention, with practice, with real consistency. I told my client to put reminders in her phone to breathe into her heart chakra, to recite her mantras, to do her mirror work, these things that seem so silly and trivial, and even to practice her body work, because she tends to slouch her shoulders and fold her arms a lot. I keep bumping my microphone. And I told her to practice taking up more space in the world, because she's muted and minimized herself in some ways, just like we all have. The programming and the fear and the abandonment and the rejection and the trauma, and all of it causes us to kind of go into a shell. And so we have to break out of that shell physically. We have to express ourselves in big ways, just to break out physically and feel like, okay, I am not the programming. I will be whoever I want to be. It's just manifesting in a way that is full body practice all day, every day, open, allowing, relaxing, smiling, bringing high vibration energy into your life in whatever way you can find it. And then when you have a low vibration day, go into that. Your heart is like an orchestra. It wants to play all of the notes, even the low notes and the sad notes. We are intelligences, and we are neutral to all of these experiences on the other side. Again, these are just my intuitions from my experiences, but these heartbreaks and these things, they're neutral in the sense that they don't matter the way we think they matter when we're on the other side. They do matter, and they're extremely valuable because they provide us with an expansion of intelligence, and they help us to experience new layers of our own existence. So they're beautiful. Heartbreak is beautiful. Loss is beautiful. Tragedy is beautiful. We just have to train ourselves to see it that way. And so I am so very grateful to these beings who have shown me that discomfort and struggle and suffering and pain is literally the mechanism for our growth. And when we realize that and we go into the pain that we've already experienced and we face it and we accept it and we give love to it, then we release it, because all it wants to do is just be seen and acknowledged and validated. We release it, we feel free of it, and then we release ourselves from suffering, and we realize a higher level of existence is, I don't need suffering to enjoy life. I don't need suffering for healing. I don't need suffering for growth. I am a creator. I can explore the world in whatever way I want. And when your vibration, what a beautiful birdie, when your vibration is high, high vibration experiences and opportunities will automatically come into your life. And when someone needs help, you will be open and you will not attach to their suffering. You will allow it to move through you. You will be able to feel it and release it because you were able to feel your own suffering and release it. It is the process of atonement, at one-ment, becoming at one with yourself, facing it all, taking full accountability of everything that you have ever done to anyone that you feel is still lingering. If there's a cord attached, doing what you have to do to cut that cord of attachment, to have love there instead of tension. You know, this is not an easy process, but it's a process people tend to go through on their deathbed. And it's a process that, oh, this bird, I love you. Thank you for being with me. It's right in front of me. It's so beautiful. And it's like puffing up its feathers. It's so beautiful. But, when people have near-death experiences, they have a full life review a lot of the time. I've read several books where thousands of accounts of NDEs. One of them is called After, and I don't remember the author, but I highly recommend it. After is the book, and he is a researcher that has done decades of research on people who have died and experienced these other dimensions and come back. And even in that book, he says, with the shamanic medicine work that I am doing, it is another way to tap into these other realms and dimensions of our existence. But they often have a life review. And also when someone is, on their deathbed, they know they're going to die. What do they naturally want to do so often? Go and make things right with everybody, free themselves of the guilt and the shame. Why do we carry that to our deathbed? Why don't we just frickin' do that now? Why don't we say the hard things? Why don't we apologize? Why don't we realize that our ex isn't the enemy and open our heart and see that they have their trauma too? That your mom and your dad are also victims, that we are all victims of victims. And so to open our heart to our own suffering doesn't mean to go out and start blaming everyone and open these wounds and lash out. It means to open and to have love and compassion and forgiveness for ourselves. And then in turn, we naturally end up having love and compassion and forgiveness from the people who hurt us, because we realize that the mistakes that we made, when we really feel the sorrow of the mistakes we made and how those hurt the people that we love, we realize that the people that hurt us also have pain and also can't help the dysfunction that causes them to behave the way that they behaved. And so, while it is important to set boundaries with anyone who is toxic or inappropriate in our lives, we can have compassion and forgiveness and set them free and set ourselves free by recognizing that this is part of the existence, that we are all connected, that it is inevitable that we will all hurt one another and hurt ourselves, and that we have to face that and own that. And when we do, we free ourselves of it, and we can live in joy and harmony, and our nervous systems can heal, and our skin can heal, and our lives can heal, and our relationships can heal, and we can invite in abundance into our life and joy and all of the things. Okay, my son is at home, so I'm going to go. I got myself an oat milk chai latte this morning. I haven't even showered. My necklaces are all tangled, but this is what happens every morning. But these necklaces are so extremely important to me. This carries Thomas's ashes, and it is labradorite, and this was given to me by my dear soul sister Iggy, and I love it so much I literally never take it off. This is Australian opal, I believe is what it's called. Look how gorgeous. Let me see if I can. My son Thomas's very best friend Case, his dad gave me this Australian opal at Thomas's celebration of life, and I am so grateful. And it reminds me of a dragon claw, and pictures and video do not do it justice. It's absolutely glorious. I never take this one off either. And then my co-mother, Thomas's other mommy, Tiff, gave me this. Amethyst is the crystal that we most associate with Thomas, along with fire labradorite, and tiger's eye, but amethyst for sure. And she recently gave me this, and I did tell you after my last journey that she gave me this beautiful picture and note that says, "We are the roots," and Thomas put those roots through my entire being. Oh my God, what a glorious experience that was. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Thomas. Thank you, beings. Thank you, life. Thank you for being here with me and for listening and for allowing me to share my heart with you. This gives me joy, and I've learned to allow emotion to flow through me. And I just love you, and I love this life, and I'm very, very grateful to be here. And I hope your day is wonderful. And let me put my chai down so I can say to you, namaste. We'll see you next time.